Nalalita loka Taranaya karunya Gana ganatam Praptasya kalyana gunarnavasya Vande Guroshi Charanarvindam Mahaprabhu Kirtana Nritya Gita Vaditra Madhyam Manasora Sena Romancha Kampa Shutaranga Bhajo Vande Guroshi Charanarvindam Shivikrahara Dana Nityanana Shingara Tammantira Marjanado Yutasya Bhaktan Chaniyunjatopi Vande Guroshi Charanarvindam Chatuvidashi Bhagavat Prasada Sadhana Tripta Haribhakta Sangha Kritaiva Triptim Bhajatha Sadaiva Vande Guroshi Charanarvindam Shiradhika Madhavayora Para Madhurya Lila Gunarupa Namnam Patishana Swadanalolupasya Vande Guroshi Charanarvindam Nikunja yuno ratikeri sitai Ayari pe yuktera pisaniya Tatrati takshad ativallabhasya Vande Guroshi Charanarvindam Sashatharitena samasta shastre Uttasthatapa viteva sadvihi Kintu praboya piyaeva tasya Vande Guroshi Charanarvindam Yasya prasada bhagavat prasado Yasya prasada nagati kutopi Dhyayantu vamstasya yashasti sandhyan Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutare Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nivishesha Shunyavadi Pachatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Chaitanya Nityananda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Chaitanya Nityananda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Nila Madhava Radha Nila Madhava Shri Radhe. Jaya Radha Nila Madhava Radha Nila Madhava Shri Radhe. Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra, Jaya Sudarshana. Jaya Sitaram, Jaya Lakshman Hanuman, Jaya Sitaram, Jaya Lakshman Hanuman. Jaya Lakshmi Narasingha, Jaya Lakshmi Narasingha, Jaya Lakshmi Narasingha, Jaya Lakshmi Narasingha. Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Jai Shnupada Brahmamsa Bhajaka Acharya Shtota Shata Shishmat, His Divine Grace. Aparchana Vrinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON BBTP I Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Shnupada Paramhamsa Prajakacharya Ashtota Shata Shishima, His Divine Grace, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda Ki Jai, Nama Acharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai, Premise Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Ki Jai, Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai, Shri Vrajabhumi Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai, Shri Navadvip Mayapur Dham Ki Jai, Shri Purushottam Chetar Jagannath-puri Dham Ki Jai, Shri Ayodhya Dham Ki Jai, Ganga Mai Ki Jai, Yamuna Mai Ki Jai, Bhakti Devi Ki Jai, Tulsi Devi Ki Jai, Samavrita Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai, Harinam Sankirtana Ki Jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande Hari. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Prahlad Lad Daine. Hiranyakasipurvakshaha. Silatankhanakhalaye. Ito Narsingha Parato Narsingha. Yato yato yami tato Narsingha. Bahir Narsingha Hridaye Narsingha. Narasingamadi saranam prapadde. Tava kara kamala bare nakham adbhuta sringam. Dalita hiranyakasaputanu kesavadrita narahari rupa. Jai Jagadish Hare, Jai Jagadish Hare, Jai Jagadish Hare. Tava kara kamala bare nakham adbhuta sringam. Ta hiranyakasiputanu bhringa. Kesavadrita narahari rupa. Jai Jagadish Hare, Jai Jagadish Hare, Jai Jagadish Hare. Jaya Narsimha Dev, Narsimha Dev, Narsimha Dev, Jaya Narsimha Dev. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव नमो नमः तुलसी कृष्ण प्रियसी नमो नमः राधा कृष्ण सेवा पाओ ए अभिलाषी राधा कृष्ण सेवा पाओ ए अभिलाषी जे तुम्हार शरण लोय तरा वांछा पूर्ण होय कृपा कोरी कोरो तारे वृंदावन वासी मुराए अभिलाष विलास कुंजे दियो वास नयने हेरी बो सदा जुगल रूप राशि ए निवेदन धर सखीर अनुगत करो सेवा अधिकार दिए करो निज दासी दीन कृष्ण दासे कोई ये न मोर होए श्री राधा गोविंद प्रेम सदा इन भाषी श्री राधा गोविंद प्रेमे सदा इन भाषी तुलसी कृष्ण प्रियसी नमो नमः तुलसी कृष्ण प्रियसी नमो नमः यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्मत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्राणाश्यन्ते प्रदक्षिण पदे पदे यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्मत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्राणाश्यन्ते प्रदक्षिण पदे पदे यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्मत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्राणाश्यन्ते प्रदक्षिण पदे पदे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय वृंदा देवी जय वृंदा देवी जय वृंदा देवी जय वृंदा देवी जय तुलसी महारानी जय तुलसी महारानी जय तुलसी महारानी जय तुलसी महारानी निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल वृंदा देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय। वृंदाई तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाई केशव सच्च विष्णु भक्ति प्रते देवी सत्यवताई नमो नमः। वृंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशव सच्च विष्णु भक्ति प्रते देवी सत्यवताई नमो नमः। वृंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशव सच्च विष्णु भक्ति प्रते देवी सत्यवताई नमो नमः। वृंदा देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय।
Shri Radha and Govinda, Srimati Tulsi Maharani ki jai. There are 10 fences in the matter of chanting holy names that should be avoided, and they are as follows. 1. To blaspheme the devotees who are dedicated their lives for propagating holy name of the Lord. 2. To consider the name of the demigods like Lord Shiva or Brahma to be equal to independent name Lord Vishnu. 3. To disobey the orders of spiritual master. 4. To blaspheme the Vedic literature or literature pursuing the Vedic version. 5. To consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be imagination. 6. To give some interpretation to holy name of the Lord. 7. To commit sinful activities on the strength of chanting the holy name. 8. To consider chanting Hare Krishna one of the auspicious ritualistic activities, offering the Vedas of fruity activities, karma, ganda. 9. To instruct a faithless person about glorious holy name. 10. To not complete faith in the chanting holy names and to maintain material attachments even after studying so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to Vaishnava must carefully guard against these 10 offenses in order to quickly achieve desired success. Krishna Prema. Now let us offer our most humble obeisances on all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They are just as eye trees who can fulfill to everyone and are full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Shri Chaitanya Shikshastakam ki jai. Cheto darpana marjanam bhava mahadavakni nirvapanam Shriya kairava chantrika vitaranam vidyavatu jivanam Anandam buddhivardhanam pratipadam purnamita swadanam Sarvatma snapanam param vijayate Shri Krishna sankirtanam Nam namakari bahuda nija sarva shaktis Tatra pita niyamita smaranena kalaha Etadrishi tava kripa bhagavam mamapi Durudeva mi disham iha janina nurakaha Trinatapi sunicena tarorapi sahishnuna Amanina manadena kirtaniya sada harihi Na thanam na janam na sundarim kavitam vajagadisha kamaye Mama jammani jammanishvare bhavatad bhaktir haituki tavai Ayinanda tanuja kinkaram patitam ham vishame bhavam puta Kripaya tava pada pankaja stithaturi satvesham vichintaya Nayanam karadashuru dharaya vadanam katkata rudaya gira Pulakai nichitam vapurukada tava nama grahane bhavishyati Yuga itam nimishena chakshusha pravisha itam Shunya itam jagat sarvam govinda virahena me Ashirisha vapadaratam pinnashtumam Hadarshanam marm hatam karotu va Yatha tatha va vitathatu lampato Matprana nathastu sa eva na paraha Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Chaitanya Shikshastakam ki jai. Glory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtana, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life, repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction of humanity at large, because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss and enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. Oh, my Lord, your holy name alone grants all benediction to human beings. Thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. Oh, my Lord, our kindness enables us to easily approach you by your holy names, but I'm so unfortunate to have no attraction for them. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in humble state of mind, thinking oneself Lord than the straw in the street. One should be more taller than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor to desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth. O Sanhamarnanda Krishna, I am eternal servitor. Yet somehow I fall in the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the Adams or lotus feet. O my Lord, while my eyes bedecked with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant the holy name, while my voice choke up, when hairs in my body stand and the recitation of your name. O Govinda, feeling of separation, I'm considered a moment to be like a great millennium. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I'm feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and shall remain so even if he handles me roughly by his embrace, or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipable Lord, unconditionally. Shri Chaitanya Shastakam Ki Jai. Shri Mangala Charna prayers Ki Jai. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jananjana Shalakaya Chakshum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manopishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Soyam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Patakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Ragnatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savatutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakham Vitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nivishesha Shunyavadi Pachatyate Shatarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Iti Namine Shri Varshabhanavi Devi Daitaya Kripaptaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Dayine Prabhavin Namaha Madhuryo Jala Premadya Shri Rupanukha Bhaktita Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dina Darine Rupanuka Virudabha Siddhanta Dvanta Harine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralamba Rasam Bodhe Padam Pujayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gauravya Bhava Bhumistvam Nyateshta Sajana Priyaha Vaishnava Sarabhauma Shri Jagannathaya Te Namaha Vancha Kalpatarupyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhevacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Padayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratishin Namaha Pancha Tattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakham Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagapate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Jayatam Surato Pango Mamamanda Matergati Masarva Swapadam Bojo Radha Madana Mohano Divya Vindadana Kalpaju Mada Shimadra Nagara Singhasanasto Shrimad Radha Shila Govinda Devo Prishtaribi Sevyamano Smarami Shiman rasa rasaram bivam shivata tathastitaha Karsham venu soner gopir gopinatha shiyestunaha Tapta kanchana gaurangi radhe vrindavanishvari Vishabhanu sute devi panamami hari priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Dadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri Mangalacharna prayers ki jai Shri Brahma Samhita ki jai Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadyaradia Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam Chintamani Parakara Satmasukapa Viksha Lakshariteshu Surabhi Rabi Palayantam Lakshmi Sahasa Shata Sambrahma Sevyamanam Govindam Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Venum Kavanantam Aravinda Dalaya Taksham Parhavatam Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam Gandharpa Goti Gamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govindam Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Alola Chantaka Lasa Vanamale Vamshi Ranangatam Panayakeri Kalavilasam Shamam Tribanga Lalitam Yatapakasham Govindam Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Angani yasya sakalendriya vritimanti Pashanti panti karayanti chiram jaganti Ananda chimmaya sattujala vigrahasya Govindam Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Advaitam Achotam Anadim Ananta Rupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayovanam Cha Vedeshu Durabam Adurabam Atma Bhakta Govindam Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Bantastu Koti Shatavasara Sampragamyo Vayuratapi Manaso Muni Pangavanam Sopyasti Yapapada Simya Vichinta Tatve Govindam Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ekopya Sarachayitum Jagatanta Kotim Yachakti Rasti Jagatanta Jayayatantaha Antantarastha Paramanu Chayantarastham Govindam Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yad Bhava Bhavita Diyo Manujastha Teva Samprapya Rupa Mahimasana Yana Bhushaha Suktayam Eva Nikama Patitai Stuvanti Govindam Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ananda Chimme Rasa Patibhavitabis Tapiya evan jarupa taya kalapihi Go loka eva nivasatya kilatma buddho Govindam Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Premanjana Churuta Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sateva Hitayeshu Vilokayanti Yam Shama Sundam Achintya Guna Swarupam Govindam Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ramadi Murtishu Kalanyamena Tishtan Nanavatarama Bhuvaneshu Kintu Krishna Swayam Samabhava Parama Pumam Yo Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Krishna, who is Govinda, the Supreme Godhead, he has an eternal blissful spiritual body. He is the origin of all. He has no other origin and the prime cause of all causes.
I worship Govinda, the primary Lord, the first progenitor who is tending the cows, healing all desire in abodes built with spiritual gems, surrounded by millions of purpose trees, always served with great reverence and affection by hundreds of thousands of Lakshmis or Gopis. I worship Govinda,
the primeval Lord, who is adept in playing on his flute, with blooming eyes like lotus petals, with head decked with peacock's feather, with the figure of beauty tinged with the hue of blue clouds, and his unique loveliness charming millions of cupids.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, round whose neck is swinging a garland of flowers, beautified with the moon locket, whose two hands are adorned with the flute and jeweled ornaments, who always revels in pastimes of love, whose graceful threefold bending form of Shyamasundara is eternally manifest.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, whose transcendental form is full of bliss, truth, substantiality, and is thus full of the most dazzling splendor. Each of the limbs of that transcendental figure possesses in himself the full-fledged functions of all the organs and eternally sees, maintains, and manifests the infinite universes, both spiritual and mundane.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is inaccessible to the Vedas, but obtainable by pure unalloyed devotion of the soul, who is without a second, who is not subject to decay, is without a beginning, whose form is endless, who is the beginning and the eternal Purusha, yet he is a person possessing the beauty of blooming youth.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord. Only the tip of the toe of whose lotus feet is approached by the yogis who aspire after the transcendental and betake themselves to pranayama by drilling the respiration, or by the jnanis who try to find out the non-differentiated Brahman by the process of elimination of the mundane, extending over thousands of millions of years.
He is an undifferentiated entity, as there is no distinction between potency and the possessor thereof. In his work of creation of millions of worlds, his potency remains inseparable. All the universes exist in him, and he is present in his fullness in every one of the atoms that are scattered throughout the universe at one and the same time. Such is the primeval Lord whom I adore.
I adore the same Govinda, the primeval Lord, in whose praise men who are imbued with devotion sing the mantra suktas told by the Vedas by gaining their appropriate beauty, greatness, thrones, conveyances, and ornaments.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, residing in his own realm, Golok, with Radha resembling his own spiritual figure, the embodiment of the ecstatic potency possessed of the 64 artistic activities in the company of her confidants, Sakhis, embodiments of the extension of her bodily form, permeated and vitalized by his ever blissful spiritual rasa.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is Syam Sundara, Krishna himself, with inconceivable, innumerable attributes, whom the pure devotees see in their heart of hearts with the eye of devotion, tinged with the salve of love.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who manifested himself personally as Krishna and the different avatars in the world in the forms of Ram, Narsim, Vamana, etc. as his subjective portions.
श्री ब्रह्म संहिता की जय. Bhagavad Gita 7.1 purport. Srinvatam swakata Krishna punyasravana kirtanaha hridayanta histo hi apatrani vidunoti suhritsatam nasta prayesva abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama sloke bhaktir bhavati naistiki tada rajastamo bhava kama lobha dayaschaye चेत एतेर अनाविदम सितम सत्वे प्रसीदति एवं प्रसन्न मनसो भगवत भक्ति योगतः भगवत तत्व विज्ञानम मुक्त संगस्य जायते विद्यते हृदय ग्रंथिश्चिद्यन्ते सर्व संशयाः क्षीयन्ते च कर्माणि दृष्टा एवात्मनीश्वरे.
To hear about Krishna from Vedic literatures or to hear from him directly through the Bhagavad Gita is itself righteous activity, and for one who hears about Krishna, Lord Krishna, who is dwelling in everyone's heart, acts as a best wishing friend and purifies the devotee who constantly engages in hearing of him.
In this way, a devotee naturally develops his dormant transcendental knowledge. As he hears more about Krishna from the Bhagavatam and from the devotees, he becomes fixed in the devotional service of the Lord.
By development of devotional service, one becomes freed from the modes of passion and ignorance, and thus material lusts and avarice are diminished.
When these impurities are wiped away, the candidate remains steady in his positions of pure goodness, becomes enlivened by devotional service, and understands the science of God perfectly.
Thus, Bhakti Yoga swears the hard knot of material affection and enables one to come at once at the stage of Assumption Samagram, understanding of the supreme absolute truth, personality of Godhead. Therefore, only by hearing from Krishna or from his devotee in Krishna consciousness can one understand the signs of Krishna.
We'll continue reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 18, Text 7. Tam nishransarantam salilad anudruto hiranyakeso dviradam yata jasaha karaladam stro shaniniswano bravid gatahriyam kimtva asatam vigarhitam tam him nihrasarantam coming out Salilat from the water, Anudruta chased, Hiranyakesha having golden hair, Dviradham an elephant, Yatha as, Jasaha a crocodile, Karala Damstra having fearful teeth, Asani Nishwanaha roaring like thunder, Abravit he said, Gatahriyam for those who are shameless, Kim what, tu and indeed, Asatam for the wretches, Vigarhitam, reproachable. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The demon who had golden hair on his head and fearful tusks gave chase to the Lord while he was rising from the water, even as an alligator would chase an elephant. Roaring like thunder, he said, "Are you not ashamed of running away before a challenging adversary? There is nothing reproachable for shameless creatures." Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. When the Lord was coming out of the water, taking the earth in his arms to deliver it, the demon derided him with insulting words. But the Lord did not care because he was very conscious of his duty. For a dutiful man, there is nothing to fear. Similarly, those who are powerful have no fear of derision or unkind words from an enemy. The Lord had nothing to fear from anyone. Yet he was merciful to his enemy by neglecting him. Although apparently he fled from the challenge, it was just to protect the earth from calamity that he tolerated Hiranyaksha's deriding words.
Sagam udastat salilasya gochare Vinayasya tasyam adadat aswat satvam abhisuto visva sreja prasunair apurya mano virudadi pasyatore. Synonyms: Sa, the Lord; Gam, the earth; Udastat, on the surface; Salilasya, of the water; Gochare, within his sight; Vinyasya, having placed; Tasyam, to the earth; Adhadhat, he invested; Swa, his own; Sattvam, existence; Abhistuta, praised; Visvasrija, by Brahma, the creator of the universe; Prasunah, by flowers; Apuryamana, becoming satisfied; Birudhai, by the demigods; Pashyata, while looking on; Are, the enemy. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The Lord placed the earth within his sight on the surface of the water and transferred to her his own energy in the form of the ability to float on the water. While the enemy stood looking on, Brahma, the creator of the universe, extolled the Lord, and the other demigods rained flowers on him. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Those who are demons cannot understand how the Supreme Personality of Godhead floated earth on the water. But to devotees of the Lord, this is not a very wonderful act. Not only the earth, but many, many millions of planets are floating in the air, and this floating power is endowed upon them by the Lord. There is no other possible explanation. The materialistic can explain that the planets are floating by the law of gravitation, but the law of gravitation works under the control of or direction of the Supreme Lord. That is the version of Bhagavad Gita. which confirms by the Lord's statement that behind the material laws or nature's laws, and behind the growth, maintenance, production, and evolution of all the planetary systems, behind everything is the Lord's direction. The Lord's activities could be appreciated only by the demigods headed by Brahma, and therefore, when they saw the uncommon prowess of the Lord in keeping the earth on the surface of the water, they showered flowers on him in appreciation of his transcendental activity.
Bhagavatam 3.18.9 Paranushaktam tapaniyo pakalpam mahagadam kanchana chitta dasham maya bhishanam pratutantam duruteh prachandamunmanyuhu prahasansam babhashe. Synonyms: para, from behind; anushraktam, who followed very closely; tapanya, upakalpam, who had a considerable amount of gold ornaments; mahagadam, with a great mass; kanchana, golden; chitra, beautiful; damsam, armor; marmani, the core of the heart; abhikshanam, constantly; pratudantam, piercing; duruk, by abusive words; prachanda, terrible; manu, anger; prahashan, laughing; tam, to him; bhabhashe, he said. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The demon who had a wealth of ornaments, bangles, and beautiful golden armor on his body chased the Lord from behind with a great mass. The Lord tolerated his piercing ill words, but in order to reply to him, he expressed his terrible anger. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The Lord could have chastised the demon immediately, while the demon was deriding the Lord with ill words, but the Lord tolerated him to please the demigods and to show that they should not be afraid of demons while discharging their duties. Therefore, his toleration was displayed mainly to drive away the fears of the demigods, who should know that the Lord is always present to protect them. The demons' derision of the Lord was just like the barking of dogs. The Lord did not care about it, since he was doing his own work in delivering the earth from the midst of the water. Materialistic demons always possesses large amounts of gold in various shapes, and they think that a large amount of gold, physical strength, and popularity can save them from the wrath of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 18, Text 10. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Satyam Vayam Bho Vanagocharam Mruga Yasmad Vidhan Mrugaye Grama Simhan Na Mrityu Pashai Pratimusyata Vira Vikattanam Tava Grahanati Abhadra. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Satyam, indeed, Vayam, we, Bho, O, Vanagocharaha, dwelling in the forest, Mrugaha, creatures, Yasmas Vidhan, like you, Mrugaye, I am searching to kill, Gramasimhan, dogs, Na, not, Mrityu Pashai, by the bonds of death, Pratimuksaya, of one who is bound, Viraha, the heroes, Vikattanam, loose dog, Tava, your, Grahananti, take notice of, Abhadra, O mischievous one. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The personality of Godhead said, indeed, we are creatures of the jungle, and we are searching after hunting dogs like you. One who is freed from the entanglement of death has no fear from the loose talk in which you are indulging, for you are bound up by the laws of death. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Demons and atheistic persons can go on insulting the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but they forget that they are subjected to the laws of birth and death. They think that simply by decrying the existence of the Supreme Lord or defying his stringent laws of nature, one can be freed from the clutches of birth and death. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said that simply by understanding the transcendental nature of God, one can go back home, back to Godhead. But demons and atheistic persons do not try to understand the nature of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, they remain in the entanglement of birth and death.
Three 3.18.11 एते वयं न्यासहरा रसोकसां गतहित्यो गदया द्रावितास्ते तिष्ठामहे थापि कथच्चिदाचो स्थेयं क्वो यामो बलिनोत्पाद्य बैरम. Synonyms: ete, ourselves; vayam, we; nyasa, of the charge; hara, thieves; rasa okasam, of the inhabitants of Rasatal; Gatahirya, shameless; Gadaya, by the mace; Dravita, chased; Te, your; Tisthamahe, we shall stay; Atha api, nevertheless; Kathanchit, Kathanchit, somehow; Ajao, on the battlefield; Stayam, we must stay; Qua, where; Yama, can we go; Balina, with a powerful enemy; Utpadya, having created; Varam, enmity. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Certainly, we have stolen the charge of inhabitants of Rasatal, and having lost all same. Although bitten by your powerful mace, I shall stay here in the water for some time, because, having created enmity with a powerful enemy, I now have no place to go. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. The demons should have known that God cannot be driven out of any place, for He is all-pervading. Demons think of their possessions as their property, but actually everything belongs to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who can take anything at any time He likes.
Canto 3, text 3.18.12. Tvam padrathanam gil yutpadhipo ghatasvano swastaya ashvanoha संस्थाप्य चास्मान् प्रम्रजाशु स्वकानां यः स्वां प्रतिज्ञां नाति पिप्पतय सभ्यः. Synonyms: Tvam, you; Pad, Rathanam, of foot soldiers; Kela, indeed; Yuthapa, of the leaders; Adhipaha, the commander; Gahasva, take steps; Nah, our; Asvaste, for defeat; Asu, promptly; Anuha, without consideration; Samsthapya, having killed; Ja, and; Asman, us; Pramja, wipe away; Ashru, tears; Swakarnam, of your kith and kin; Yah, he who; Swam, his own; Pratigyanaham, promised words; Na, not; Ati Piparti, fulfills; Asabhya, not fit to sit in an assembly. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. You are supposed to be the commander of many foot soldiers, and now you may take prompt steps to overthrow us. Give up all your foolish talk and wipe out the cares of your kith and kin by slaying us. One may be proud that he does not deserve a seat in an assembly if he fails to fulfill his promised word. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. A demon may be a great soldier and commander of a large number of infantry, but in the presence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is powerless and is destined to die. The Lord therefore challenged the demon not to go away, but to fulfill his promised word to kill him.
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 18, Text 13. Maitre uvacha sodhikshito bhagavata प्रहलाब्धाश्च रुषभृशम् अजाहरोब्धानां क्रोधं कृध्यमानो हि राद इव Maitreya, great sage Maitreya, Uvacha, Adikshipitaha, having been insulted, Bhagavata, by the personality of Godhead, Pralabdha, ridiculed, Cha and Rusha, angry, Brisham, greatly, Ajahara, collected, Ulbanam, great, Krodam, anger, Kridyamana, being played with, Ahirat, O great cobra, Eva, like, translation by Srila Prabhupada, Ki Jai. Sri Maitreya said, the demon, being thus challenged by the personality of Godhead, became angry and agitated, and he trembled in anger like a challenged cobra. Purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. A cobra is very fierce before ordinary persons, but before an enchanter who can play with him, he is a plaything. Similarly, a demon may be very powerful in his own domain, but before the Lord he is insignificant. The demon Ravana was a fierce figure before the demigods, but when he was before Lord Ramachandra, he trembled and prayed to his deity Lord Shiva, but to no avail.
Text 14, Canto 3, Chapter 18. Srijan amarshita shvashan manyu prachalintindriya asadya tarasa daityo gadaya nyahanadarim. Srujan, giving out, amarshita, being angry, swashan, breaths, manyu, by wrath, prachalita, agitated, indriya, whose senses, asadya, attacking, tarasa, quickly, daitya, the demon, gadaya, with his mace, nyahanath, struck, harim, Lord Harim. Translation, hissing indignantly, all his senses shaken by wrath, the demon quickly sprang upon the Lord and dealt him a blow with his powerful mace.
Canto 3.18.15 Bhagavamstu gadavegam vishrastam ripurorasi avanchatirischin no yogadur evantakam. Synonyms: Bhagwan, the Lord. 2. However, gadavegam, the blow of the mace. Vishrestam, thrown. Ripuna, by the enemy. Urasi, at his breast. Avanchyat, dozed. Tira sichna, aside. Yoga arudha, an accomplished yogi. Eva, like. Antakam, death. Translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The Lord, however, by moving slightly aside, dodged the violent mace blow aimed at his breast by the enemy, just as an accomplished yogi would elude death. Purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The example is given herein that the perfect yogi can overcome a death blow, although it is offered by the laws of nature. It is useless for a demon to beat the transcendental body of the Lord with a powerful mace, for no one can surpass his prowess. Those who are advanced transcendentalists are freed from the laws of nature, and even a death blow cannot act on them. Superficially, it may be seen that a yogi is attacked by a death blow, but by the grace of the Lord, he can overcome many such attacks for the service of the Lord. As the Lord exists by his own independent prowess, by the grace of the Lord, the devotees also exist for his service.
3.18.16 पुनर्गदां स्वामादाये भ्रामयन्तमभिच्छनष्टः अव्यधावद्धरी क्रुद्धः संरम्भा दष्टदच्छदम्. Synonyms: Punah, again, Gadam, mace, Swam, he, Adaya, having taken, Brahmayantam, brandishing, Abhikchanasya repeatedly. Abhyadhat, abhay, Abhyadhavat, rush to meet. Hari, the personality of Godhead. Kruddha, angry. Samrambhat, Sam, Samrambhat, in rage. Dashta, bitten. Dakshadam, his rib. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The personality of Godhead now exhibited his anger and rushed to meet the demon, who bit his lip in rage, took up his mace again, and began to repeatedly brandish it about.
Text 17, Canto 3, Chapter 18. Tatascha gadaya ratim dakshinashyam bruvi prabhu ajagne sato tam saumyam gadaya kovidohanat. Tadah then Cha and Gadaya with his mace, Aratim the enemy, Dakshinashyam on the right, Bruvi on the brow, Prabhu the Lord, Ajagni struck, Sah the Lord, two but, Tham the mace, Saumya, O gentle Vidura, Gadaya with his mace, Kovidaha expert, Kovido expert, Ahanath saved himself. Translation. Then with his mace the Lord struck the enemy on the right of his brow. But since the demon was expert in fighting, O gentle Vidura, he protected himself by a maneuver of his own mace.
Canto 3.18.18. Evam gadabhyam gurvibhyam hayaksho harirev cha jigisya susambadhavanyonyam mabhajigantu. Synonyms. Evam, in this way, gadabhyam, with their maces, gurvibhyam, hues, Hiryaksha, the demon Hiryaksha, Harihi, Lord Hari, Eva, certainly, Cha, and Jigyasa, with a desire of victory, Susamradhav, raised, Anyanyam, each other, Abhijagantoh, they struck. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In this way, the demon Hiryaksha and the Lord, the personality of Godhead, struck each other with their huge maces, each enraged and seeking his own victory. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hiryaksha is another name for Hiryaksha, the demon.
Tayo sprudhosti gam gada hatangayo chatastra vagrana vivibudra manyo vichitra margan chaschar rato jirgishaya vevadila yami vastushmi nor lidha. Tayo, them, spradho, the two combatants, tigma, pointed, gada, by the maces, ahata, injured, angayo, dear bodies, chhatra asrava, blood coming out from the injuries, grana, smell, vividdha, increased, manvayo, anger, vichitra, of various kinds, margan, maneuvers, charato, performing, jigishaya, with a desire to win, vyavhat, it looked like, ilayam, for the sake of cow, for the earth, iva, like, sushmino, of two bulls, mridha, an encounter. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada ki jai. There was keen rivalry between the two combatants, Both had sustained injuries on their bodies from the blow of each other's pointed maces, and each grew more and more enraged at the smell of blood on his person. In their eagerness to win, they performed maneuvers of various kinds, and their contest looked like an encounter between two forceful wolves for the sake of a cow. Purport by Divine Guest A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Here, the earth planet is called Ila. This earth was formerly known as Ilavrata Varsa, and when Maharaj Parikshit ruled the earth, it was called Bharat Varsa. Actually, Bharat Varsa is the name for the entire planet, but gradually Bharat Varsa has come to mean India. As India has recently been divided into Pakistan and Hindustan, similarly the earth was formerly called as Ilavrata Varsa, but gradually as time passed, it was divided by national boundaries.
Text 20. दैत्यस्य यज्ञ वयवस्य माया गृहीतवाराः तनोर्मात्मनाः कौरव्यमह्यं द्विषतोर्विमर्दनं दिदृक्षुरागात् ऋषिभुर्वतस्वराट्. Daityasya, of the demon, Yajna Avayavasya, of the personality of Godhead, of whose body Yajna is a part. Maya, through his potency. Grihita was assumed. Varaha, of a boar. Tano, whose form. Mahatmanaha, of the Supreme Lord. Kauravya, O Vidura, descendant of Kuru. Mahyam, for the sake of the world. Dvishato, of the two enemies. Vimardhanam, the fight. Didrikshah, desirous to see. Agat came, Rishibhi, by the sages. Vrataha, accompanied. Swarat, Brahma. Translation. O descendant of Kuru, Brahma, the most independent demigod of the universe, accompanied by his followers, came to see the terrible fight for the sake of the world between the demon and the personality of Godhead, who appeared in the form of a boar. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The fight between the Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the demon is compared to a fight between bulls for the sake of a cow. The earth planet is also called go or cow, as bulls fight between themselves to ascertain who will have a union with a cow. There is always a constant fight between the demons and the Supreme Lord, or his representative for supremacy over the earth. Here the Lord is significantly described as Yajna Vayava. Avayava, Yajna Avayava. One should not consider the Lord to have the body of an ordinary boar. He can assume any form, and he possesses all such forms eternally. It is from him that all other forms have emanated. This boar form is not to be considered the form of an ordinary hog. His body is actually full of yajna, or worshipful offerings. Yajna, sacrifices, are offered to Vishnu. Yajna means the body of Vishnu. His body is not material. Therefore, he should not be taken to be an ordinary boar. We are in the wrong page. Brahma is described in this verse as Swarat. Actually, full independence is exclusive to the Lord Himself. But as part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, every living entity has a minute quantity of independence. Each and every one of the living entities within this universe has this minute independence. But Brahma, being the chief of all living entities, has a greater potential of independence than any other. He is a representative of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and has been assigned to preside over universal affairs. All other demigods work for him. Therefore, he is described here as Swarat. He is always accompanied by great sages and transcendentalists, all of whom came to see the bullfight between the demon and the Lord.
Daddy, is that the
Yes.
I can't read.
That's it.
My voice is is this Padalak?
It's different planets. Text 21. 44 page, yes. Asannasaundiram apetasadvasham krita pratiyakaram aharya vikramam vilakshadaityam bhagavan sahasranir jagadhanarayanam adisukaram. Asanna, attained. Soundiram, power. Apeta, divide of. Sadvasham, fear. Kruta, making. Pratikaram, opposition. Aharya, unopposable. Vikramam, having power. Vilaksha, having seen. Daityam, the demon. Bhagavan, the worshipable Brahma. Sahasrani, the leader of thousands of sages. Jagada, addressed. Narayan, Lord Narayana. Adi, the original. Sukaram, having the form of a boar. Translation: after arriving at the place of combat, Brahma, the leader of thousands of sages and transcendentalists, saw the demon who had attained such unprecedented power that no one could fight with him. Brahma then addressed Narayana, who was assuming the form of a boar for the first time. Brahma uvacha yesha te deva devanam angrimulam upeyusham vipranam saurabeinam bhutanam api anagasam agaskrudbaya kruduskrud asmad radhavaro suraha anvishan apratirato lokan atatikantakah. Brahma uvacha, the Lord Brahma said, Yesha, this demon, the your, Deva, O Lord, Devanam, to the demigods, Angri Moolam, your feet, Upesham, to those having obtained, Vipranam, to the Brahmanas, Saurabheinam, to the cows, Bhutanam, to ordinary living entities, Api also, Anagasam, innocent, Agakrita, an offender, Bhayakrit, a source of fear, Dushkrit, wrongdoer, Asmat, from me, Radhavaraha, having attained a boon, Asuraha, a demon, Anvisan, searching, Apratirarthaha, having no proper combatant, Lokan, all over the universe, Atati, he wanders, Kantakaha, being a pinprick for everyone. Translation: Lord Brahma said, My dear Lord, this demon has proved to be a constant pinprick to the demigods, the Brahmanas, the cows, and innocent persons who are spotless and always dependent upon worshipping your lotus feet. He has become a source of fear by unnecessarily harassing them. Since he has attained a boon from me, he has become a demon, always searching for a proper combatant, wandering all over the universe for this infamous purpose. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. There are two classes of living entity. One is called Sura, or the demigods, and the other is called Asura, or the demons. Demons are generally fond of worshipping the demigods, and there are evidences that by such worship they get extensive power for their sense gratification. This later proves to be a cause of trouble to the Brahmanas, demigods, and other innocent living entities. Demons habitually find fault with demigods, Brahmanas, and innocent, to whom they are a constant source of fear. The way of the demon is to take power from the demigods and then tease the demigods themselves. There is an instance of a great devotee of Lord Shiva who obtained a boon from Lord. There is an instance of a great devotee of Lord Shiva who obtained a boon from Lord Shiva that the head of whomever he touched with his hand would come off its trunk. As soon as the boon was offered to him, the demon wanted to touch the very head of Lord Shiva. That is their way. The devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead do not, however, ask for any favor for sense gratification. Even if they are offered liberation, they refuse it. They are happy simply engaging in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. Text 24. Mainam mayavinam druptam nirankusham asattamam akrida balavaddeva yata shishvam uttitam. Ma, do not enam him, mayavinam, skilled in conjuring tricks, druptam, arrogant, Nairanankusham, self-sufficient, asattamam, most wicked, akrida, play with, balavat, like a child, deva, O Lord, yada, as, ashivisham, a serpent, uttitam, aroused. Translation: Lord Brahma continued, My dear Lord, there is no need to play with this serpentine demon who is always very skilled in conjuring tricks and is arrogant, self sufficient, and most wicked. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. No one is unhappy when a serpent is killed. It is a practice among village boys to catch a serpent by the tail and play with it for some time and then kill it. Similarly, the Lord could have killed the demon at once, but he played with him in the same way as a child plays with a snake before killing it. Brahma requested, however, that since the demon was more wicked and undesirable than a serpent, there was no need to play with him. It was his wish that he be killed at once without delay. Text 25. नायावाद्येष वर्धेता श्वां वेलां प्राप्य दारुणाः स्वं देवमायम् आस्ताया तावज्जहि अग्रमच्युता. Nayavat, before, Yesaha, this demon, Vardhata, may increase, Swam, his own, Velam, demonic hour, Prapya, having reached, Darunaha, formidable, Swam, your own, Deva, O Lord, Mayam, internal potency, Astaya, using, Thavat at once, Jahi, kill, Agam, the sinful one, Achyuta, O infallible one. Translation: Brahma continued, My dear Lord, you are infallible. Please kill this sinful demon before the demoniac hour arrives and he presents another formidable approach favorable to him. You can kill him by your internal potency without doubt. Text 26. Yesha Gora Tama Sandhya Loka Chambatkari Prabho Upasarpati Sarvatman Suranam Jayam Avacham. Yesha, this, Gauratama, darkest, Sandhya, evening time, Loka, the world, Chambatkari, destroying, Prabho, O Lord. Upasarpati is approaching, Sarva Atman, O soul of all souls, Suranam, to the demigods, Jayam, victory, Avaha, bring. Translation: My Lord, the darkest evening which covers the world is fast approaching. Since you are the soul of all souls, kindly kill him and win victory for the demigods. Text 27. Adunaiso bijinnama yogo mahurtiko higat Shivaya nastvam suhridam Ashu nistara dustaram. Aduna, now, Yesha, this. Abhijit Nama, called Abhijit. Yogaha, auspicious. Mauhurtikaha, movement. He indeed, Agad, has almost passed. Shivaya, for the welfare. Nah, of us, from you. Suhridam, of your friends. Asu, quickly. Nistara, dispose of. Dushtaram, the formidable foe. Translation: the auspicious period known as Abhijit, which is most opportune for victory, commenced at midday and has all but passed. Therefore, in the interest of your friends, please dispose of this formidable foe quickly. Text 28. Distatvam vihitam mrityum ayam asadi swayam vikram yainam hrude hatva lokan ade sarmani. Distya, by fortune, tvam, to you, vihitam, ordained, mrityam, death. I am this demon. Ashaditaha has come, Swayam, of his own accord, Vikramya, exhibiting your prowess. Enam, him, Hrude, in the duel. Hatva, killing. Lokan, the worlds. Adehi, establish. Sharmani, in peace. Translation: this demon, luckily for us, has come of his own accord to you, his death ordained by you. Therefore, exhibiting your ways, kill him in the duel and establish the worlds in peace. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the third canto, 18th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Battle Between Lord Boar and the Demon Hiranyaksha. Chapter 19, The Killing of the Demon Hiranyaksha. Text 1. Maitreya Uvacha Avadarya Virinchasya Nirvyalikamritam Vacha Prahasya Prema Gurbena Tad Apangena Sugrahit. Maitreya Uvacha, Maitreya said, Avadarya, after hearing, Virinchasya, of Lord Brahma, Nirvyalika, free from all sinful purposes, Amritam, nectarian, Vachaha, words, Prahasya, heartily laughing, Prema Garbena, laden with love, Tat, those words, Apangena, with a glance, Sah, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Agrahit, accepted. Translation: Sri Maitreya said, after hearing the words of Brahma, the Creator, which were free from all sinful purposes and as sweet as nectar, the Lord heartily laughed and accepted his prayer with a glance laden with love. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The word Nirvyalika is very significant. The prayers of the demigods or the devotees of the Lord are free from all sinful purposes, but the prayers of demons are always filled with sinful purposes. The demon Hiranyaksha became powerful by deriving a boon from Brahma, and after attaining that boon, he created disturbance because of his sinful intentions. The prayers of Brahma and other demigods are not to be compared to the prayers of the demons. Their purpose is to please Supreme Lord. Therefore, the Lord smiled and accepted the prayer to kill the demon. Demons who are never interested in praising the Supreme Personality of Godhead, because they have no information of Him, go to the demigods, and in Bhagavad Gita this is condemned. Persons who go to the demigods and pray for advancement in sinful activities are considered to be bereft of all intelligence. Demons have lost all intelligence because they do not know what is actually their self-interest. Even if they have information of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they decline to approach Him. It is not possible for them to get the desired boons from the Supreme Lord because their purposes are always sinful. It is said that the dacoits in Bengal used to worship the goddess Kali for fulfillment of their sinful desires to plunder others' property. But they never went to a Vishnu temple because they might have been unsuccessful in praying to Vishnu. Therefore, the prayers of the demigods or the devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are always untinged by sinful purposes. Text 2. Tada sapatnam mukatas charantam akuto bayam jiganotpatyajya gadaya hanau asuram akakshajaha. Tadaha then, sapatnam enemy, mukatam in front of him, charantam stalking, akutah bayam fearlessly, jagana struck, utpatya after springing up, gadaya with his mace, hanau at the chin, asuram the demon, akshaja the lord, who was born from the nostril of Brahma. Translation: the Lord, who had appeared from the nostril of Brahma, sprang and aimed his mace at the chin of his enemy, the Hiranyaksha demon who was stalking fearlessly before him. The Lord, who had appeared from the nostril of Brahma, sprang and aimed his mace at the chin of his enemy, the Hiranyaksha demon who was stalking fearlessly before him. Text 3. Sahatatina gadaya vihata bhagavatkarat vigurnita padadvreje thad adbhutam ivabhavat. Sa, that means hata, struck, Tena by Hiranyaksha, Gadaya with his mace, Vihata slipped, Bhagavat of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Karat from the hand, Vigurnita whirling, Apatat fell down, Reje was shining, Tat that, Adbhutam miraculous, Iva indeed, Abhavat was. Translation: struck by the demon's mace, however, the Lord's mace slipped from his hand and looked splendid as it fell down whirling. This was miraculous, for the mace was blazing wonderful. Text 4. Sa tada labda tirdopi na babade nirayudam manayan samrude dharmam Visvakshinam pragopayan. Sa, that Hiranyaksha, tada then, labda tirdaha, having gained an excellent opportunity, api although now not, babade attacked, nirayudam having no weapon, manayan respecting, sa Hiranyaksha, mrude in battle, dharmam the code of combat, visvakshinam the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Prakopayan, making angry. Translation: even though the demon had an excellent opportunity to strike his unarmed foe without the obstruction, he respected the law of single combat, thereby kindling the fury of the Supreme Lord.
So in this picture, these dogs are able to live without a human body, but I thought this is the spiritual world, so they don't have a human body.
Hold on. Oh, sorry, stop here, Abhi. Today we read up to Canto 3, chapter 19, text 4. We'll continue reading tomorrow. Yandaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. We'll continue to Guru Puja. Hare Krishna. Abhi, let's set it up now. Right now you know what I am supposed to do, right? What you are supposed to do, right? Should we be distracted by those things? Enjoy. What the you can read later. Put the book back.
पद्मा केवला बकाती सद्मा गंधमुई सावदन मते जय हर प्रसादे बाय ये बाबा तोरिया जय कृष्ण प्राप्ति हो होते गुरुमुख पद्मा वाक्या चिथे ते कोरिया क्या हरना करिय मानी आशा श्री गुरु चेरा निरति ऐसे उत्तमा गति जय प्रसादे पूरे सर्व आशा जय प्रसादे पूरे सर्व आशा चक्षुदान दिलो जे जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से दिव्य गान हृदय प्रकाशितो प्रेमा भक्ति जहाँ होते विद्या विनाशा जाते विदेकाय जहरा चेरितो श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु आदामा जे नारा बंधु लोकना लोकीरा जीवाना प्रभु कोर दो या देह मोरे पादा चाया बीजास भूसुक त्रिभुवाना लीला प्रभु पाद पतिता पावाना जय प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्यिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादिशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद यद्वैता गणधर शिवसदि गौरभक्तवृन्दा श्री चैतन्य नित्यानंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 जय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल जय गौर हरि बोल
feet of our spiritual master are the only way by which we can attend pure devotional service. I bow down to his lotus feet with great awe and reverence. By his mercy, one can cross the ocean of material suffering and obtain the mercy of Krishna. My only wish is that my conscience is purified by the words emanating from his lotus mouth. Attachment to his lotus feet is a perfection that fulfills all desires. He opens my darkened eyes and fills my heart with transcendental knowledge. He is my Lord birth after birth. From him ecstatic prema emanates. By him ignorance is destroyed. The Vedic scriptures sing of his character. Our spiritual master is the ocean of mercy, the friend of the poor, the Lord and master of the devotees. O Master, be merciful unto us. Give us the shade of your lotus feet. Your fame is spread all over the three worlds. We take the shelter of your lotus feet. Srila Prabhupada ki.